Hey Aidan, it's nice to have you on the call here today.
It's
How's it
nice to be
going?
here. Pretty good. Um, life, sort of life stuff. Fuck.
So you've just been getting through everything you need to do and getting stuff done?
Pretty much, university shit, stuff that no one cares about or wants to hear.
Yeah. So, like, how's powerlifting been recently? You been getting
Uh,
workouts?
Pretty good. Just got off of a few months well, fuck, it's been a month already. I just competed at the North American Powerlifting Championships in Arizona, and that was fun. I was the only guy in my weight class because there aren't enough sub juniors fat enough. But yeah, aside from
Wow.
that, it was pretty good.
Yes. So you're in 120 kg plus.
Yes, I am. I'm fat, but like I'm a fake plus 120 because my body weight at NPS was 122.5, and now I'm just sitting at 125 right now, so can't really be
Like,
considered in their class
you
until I'm
don't
at
look
least
that
140.
you don't look really fat when I see your videos.
Oh
Like your
yeah,
legs look pretty damn lean.
I'm lean, but like the problem with that as a plus 120 is that you're not supposed to be lean. You're supposed to actually have mass on you, and like that's at least my opinion. But yeah, my body fat percentage is mostly distributed around my stomach and around my
Mhm.
ass. So like
Yeah.
a lot
But
of
yeah, like but like you kind of want it there, right? You want it in those areas for powerlifting more so.
kind of. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I find anytime that I'm more like chubby, my squats feel better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Every kilo I gain, like really just it makes my squat go up. Same with deadlift too, which I found really weird. Bench has kind of always been like a very slow, annoying process, but we're ironing out those issues.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So what are your plans with powerlifting?
I want to get really fucking strong, and I want to ideally Nationals 2025 is coming up, and ideally if everything goes to plan and if I'm able with a little bit of luck, some have some pretty good programming from Colton, my
Mhm.
coach. Hopefully we'll get there and win.
Yeah, you're gonna smoke everyone, right?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I age into the juniors next year,
Oh,
so I'm
oh,
going up
oh,
against
oh. So you
yeah.
got a total a lot. What's the national total that you need?
Oh, I have the QT in the bag. It's only 707.5.
Okay. Only, right? Yeah.
Yeah, over. I say
Only.
only because like junior and sub junior QTs are kind of like they're sub junior QTs don't exist. They're merely just like if you're a sub junior and you can't QT, I don't you're either in your first year of powerlifting or you're doing something wrong. That's my opinion at least.
Hmm.
And or you're in the wrong weight class.
For sure.
But like the junior QTs are kind of a bit more intense, but like even then, like if you start as a sub junior and you can't QT it when you age into juniors, it's kind of like
Yeah.
one of those things. That's at least my opinion.
Yeah. Because like for example, myself, like right now, the goal is to total 570 at my meet. And then I still need to add another 105 kilos to just get the national qualifying total for junior.
Yeah, I mean, in your case though, you started like pretty late. Like I did my
Yeah.
first meet when I was like, I did my like I've been training for like 3 years now, and like I had a pretty good base going into powerlifting. So, I mean, I was able to get the QT for sub juniors really quickly, and the junior QT like just barely recently. But I mean, yeah, the junior QTs are actually qualifying totals because not everyone can actually who's a junior can actually go, but almost all sub juniors can go to nationals. Like if you look at
Mhm.
the CPU rankings website, you take a look at any sub junior there, most of them QT, except
For
for very
sure.
select few.
Yeah. And then so your goals to do nationals in 2025. And then like who are you competing against for that?
Oh, I know junior Nats is kind of iffy because people come out of the woodworks all the time and like they're either like really really strong or like can barely put up a performance on meet day, and like 120s who are at the top of their weight class could go plus 120 at any time, and like this goes for every weight class. But
Hmm.
like the thing about plus 120s is that you don't have to worry about people, is that like typically, like in my experience, at least from what I've seen, you either have years that are very dead or you have years that are very intense. um And this year's nationals is 2025 Nats is I'm going up against the only guy that I really know that I'm going up against is who's going to be like a really difficult challenge on plus 120s is Carson Phillips, and he totaled 772 at Westerns.
Okay.
So
Get
that's
you
a
under
pretty
the
big
block.
gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap for sure.
And yeah, I might not be able to go to Worlds for 2025 anyway. So if I win, it's more just like, yeah, I win, but we'll see what happens with that. I still have to win first before I can go around saying, yeah, I want to go Worlds, but I can't.
Exactly, exactly. I understand that. Understand. And so I thought I'd take the time to bring up your thoughts on Jared squatting 6 days a week.
This is really dumb, respectfully, of course. Bro, what? Is it really though? Definitely not. This is probably the most dumb comment I've seen. Bro, I'm already like 5 weeks in, I'm already seeing tons of results, so you can't say it doesn't work. Respectfully, of course, I'm feeling freaking good.
Okay,
Think of that.
so I'd like to preface everything I say with that I've spotted Jared at Centrals last year. I am aware of his progression at the moment and like of his Nats bomb out. And also like I've had a few conversations with Jared, but none since he posted that video. He didn't even like put I'll say all like I'm trying to be serious about this and like respectful too. And
No,
like
just say everything.
I'll just say everything. So Jared, like my thing with he posted the squatting 6 days a week video, and he just like he said that he was, and this is the information he gave us. He said that he was squatting 6 days a week. I don't know the inner workings of his program. I know you're coached by him, so maybe you'll have a better idea.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yes.
he says he's squatting 6 days a week, and he's doing six heavy singles a week, which I think is, for lack of a better word, not the smartest choice from programming perspective, even if it's only for one block.
Hmm.
For a variety of reasons. For one, so the main thing is, at least for 6 days a week, is that like especially if he was there have been numerous examples of people squatting 6 days a week and them getting a lot of progression out of it. Matt Vina is the first one I could think of, and he got a lot out of it. But he was doing some maximal back downs, 3x2s, pause doubles. Jared is just doing heavy singles. So
Well,
from my perspective, I think it's very dumb. And I said that in the comment section because I was like, this is really dumb, respectfully, of course. I didn't mean that respectfully in like a snarky way or anything. I mean like respectfully, I think this is really stupid. Like
yes.
not
And
to bash Jared as a coach or anything, but I just don't think it's a good idea.
the
And
thing,
then he made that video. He was like, "I'm feeling good," and like that doesn't prove anything, man. Like, I mean, this is the nicest way possible, Jared. But like, he squatted 257.5 at Centrals a year ago. It would be expected that he'd be able to put up 260 now, like for a single. Like that's just my perspective.
yeah,
And I know everyone progresses at different rates. I know 74s especially are dealing like they don't have the luxury that plus 120s have where they could just gain 10 kilos of body weight and gain
exactly.
like more kilos on their total. But like even then, like I don't know. That's my perspective on it.
Yeah. And like there's a lot of things that he hasn't talked about with his programming and what he's been doing. So like he's probably gonna talk about it eventually. He's just finishing up his last week. I know a lot of the stuff, like first programming, but he hasn't disclosed anything. I'm not going to disclose anything.
Fair enough.
But from what you know, he's just doing heavy singles. So,
Yeah.
and like I think you had the right, what you said, you had the right to say that because you don't know what he's like actually doing, right? So,
But also another thing that's important to mention is that if you're doing so, I'm so from a work capacity perspective too, like if you look at what singles actually do, like if you do six some max singles, you're going to get a lot of technique practice in there, sure. But like if you're doing six heavy singles, all that's doing is generating a shit ton of fatigue. And I know Jared's also working on his depth. It's just like I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. There are a lot of different ways you could use to improve your squat depth, but
mhm.
and like you also have to remember that squats aren't the only like I love squats. In fact, I actually after this call I'm gonna go squat. um,
Yeah,
but like so I have like kind of a passion to them and like I know a lot more about squat programming than bench programming. But like bench and deadlifts also still matter, and I have no clue how he's going to be able to get any good bench or deadlift work in. And like, if he just wants to focus on building his squat, that's fine. It's just like if you're going to post a video about like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm doing 6x per week." It's like, from my perspective at least, I don't agree with it. But I'd just like to quickly clarify for so when Jared listens to this, because I'm assuming he's
Yeah.
watches your videos.
Yeah.
Jared, if you want to talk to me like in DMs about this and explain how this works, opposed to just making a video going, "Hey, this is the dumbest comment I've ever seen," I'd be open to it. In fact, I'd really like that because it makes sense for my like. I'm not just some random guy on the internet that's mad. I like talking to people and like learning from them. So if you could convince me with logic and reason, opposed to saying I just feel good, that like your squats are working,
Yeah.
then by all means. But like it kind of like what caught me off guard, like when like I sort of explained my reasoning in a comment on Jared's video. He didn't say anything, but like
Yeah.
it kind of caught me off guard when he just made a stitch without talking to me first. Because I was
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, you're kind of being a dick about this. That's
Yeah.
my perspective.
Mm.
For whatever it's worth, my subby opinion.
For sure. For sure.
That's
Yeah.
everything
I
I have to say
understand.
about. Yeah. Sorry, Yannick, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I completely understand where you're coming from and what you mean for sure. And like, if you want to talk to him, you could probably talk to him, message him, and if you want to start a conversation there, like, he's
Yeah.
a nice guy. He's not gonna.
I know. Yeah, he was nice at Centrals. And, like I talked to him previously a few times. Yeah, I know he's not an asshole.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah, but yeah. So basically, from what I've learned with him squatting 6 days a week, it's that basically like no one's really tried this, and he's tried so many different things for getting a squat up, but he's never tried this. So I wanted to give it a try, and it was actually his coach that had the idea for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who's he being coached by?
he's being coached by Curtis.
Curtis? I have no clue who that is.
Curtis Allaire, his name is.
Oh, I him.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my opinion.
yeah,
Take it or leave it.
yeah. And
Yeah.
thanks for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
Um, let's talked about you a lot. We don't really have to talk about me here actually, unless like you want to. I'm actually thinking of potentially going up to 105.
What's your body weight at right now?
Right now I'm 203, 202 in the morning.
Uh,
So, but
105 is over 231 pounds, man. That's a huge jump.
but Jared's not sure. Jared thinks I'm gonna be a 93. Like I can go up in weight, but competing at 93. And then potentially
Are
maybe
you?
83
So I'm gonna tell you something very important because how old are you again? 19, 18?
I'm 18
When did you turn 18?
in April.
Okay, so you still have a lot more time as a sub junior and you're gonna be a junior soon. Your body is in the best place right now it will ever be to build muscle because you have such a higher natural level of testosterone.
Mhm.
My total was kind of cheeks. Like I went from 547 to to 595 in the span of a year, which is good progress, but I stay at the same body weight. But then I allowed myself to get heavier. I gained 7.5 kilos. My total went from 595 to 650, and that was going 1 for 3 on squat and missing my third bench.
Wow.
So like the best thing you could do right now is get heavier, and I strongly advise like whatever Jared says about like cutting to 83, ignore him, because like I'm not going to disagree about anything with this programming. It's working, but like when it comes to this, I can assure you you're going to be better off just getting bigger. But anyway, let's continue with the interview.
Yeah, for sure. But I definitely agree with that. And I've been feeling way better. Like I feel like I should have been sitting at this weight.
How tall are you?
I'm not that tall, so I'm not 5'10", so I'm just under 5'10".
Okay, so yeah, 93, 105 is a good weight class for you.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So, Aiden, I've seen some of your videos with your bench press, and like I've seen that, yeah. So you have a similar, like you remind me a little bit of myself with the bench press. So
Yeah.
how's it been going with your bench? Like the
Okay. So my bench has been hitting some ups and downs. I recently attempted a 150 bench. It did not go well, to put it bluntly. And the best thing, like very recently, yesterday, I had my week 2 bench. I
Mhm.
did 137 for a single and 117.5 for 3x6 2 count pause. And
Yeah.
like on the last set of 117.5, I like had a thought because my old coach told me that I should get wrist straps. And I've been benching with wrist straps for a while now, but like they've never really felt good, and I've just kind of rolled with it. But
Hmm.
like, I was like, okay, what if I try benching without them? And like, it just felt so much better to bench without wrist straps. So I'm hoping that'll turn around. As for bench as a whole, like my squat in the past, so just to give you some perspective, my first meet back in February of 2023, I squatted 200 kgs for my third attempt. It was kind of easy.
Wow.
That's the point. I squat 281.5 at APFs. I've added 81.5 to my squat in about a year and a half, while
Wow.
gaining about a little over 15 kgs of body weight ish. Which is fucking huge. My deadlift has gone from 230 to 291, which is also fucking huge.
Yeah, it's actually
But my bench has gone from 120 to 147, so 27 kilos. So like I see my squat and deadlift progression. I look at my bench and I'm like, you're a fucking disappointment. Even when it's kind of like, 27 kilos in a year and a half is so good. But that's why like whenever whenever I have these conversations, it's just like I I kind of like have thing this saying for bench, even though like it's still progressing well. It's fucking slow.
yeah, and I can definitely relate with that. It's been so hard with my bench. It's definitely going up. It's better, but I want so
It
much
pales
more, you
into
know?
comparison to your squat and deadlift. That's the main thing that hurts.
Sorry?
It like pales into comparison to your squat and deadlift, which is the
Mm.
main thing that like hurts with benching.
Exactly, exactly. Because like my squat, I should be able like the goal is 210 on this meet for my third, and then bench is 110, and
Okay.
then deadlift is 250.
Wait. Your goal squat is 210 and your goal deadlift 250.
Yeah.
Is that because you're doing sandbag squats or is that like just your squat deadlift ratio?
Sandbag, what do you mean sandbag squats? Like, well,
Like,
I've only put the most I put on my back is 200, and I've done it twice.
oh. And like you're
Yeah.
hitting 230 for okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the goal is to do 210 on squat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Third.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
All
So,
right, Yannick. Anything else?
no, it was great talking to you, Aiden.
Great
Thanks
talking
for
to you, soon.
taking the time to come on this Zoom. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no
And
worries, no trouble whatsoever.
yeah, have a great workout.
You too.
Okay.
Thanks. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.